Push out some paper to do this at the end.
Ding, 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 ding. Hi, welcome back to the Cinema Minute. I'm Chris Allen.
I'm Grant Robson.
We've just had 2 episodes looking at Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, and thanks very much for your feedback. We've had some great responses to that one. We certainly had plenty to say.
Yeah, absolutely right. A lot to say in this one.
Yeah, and you had plenty to say too. Keeping that in mind, we're going to move on today to see what's next in the DCEU, the DC Extended Universe. We've got some confirmed films, and we've got some films we are pretty sure we know about, but yeah, a bit of speculation first. So let's start off with what's coming next chronologically, and I guess that would be Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Suicide Squad's out on August the 5th, 2016. In the UK, I think it's a bit earlier in the US.
Yeah, all around then though.
But we're going to see a lot of Batman-related villains in this one. Judging from the trailers, we've seen some really interesting things in the trailers. A lot of you on social media and on YouTube have also been commenting on some of the Easter eggs that we've seen available as well, so we'll talk about them a bit today as well.
Yeah, I mean, so this one directed by David Ayer. Again, the first film of the DC, cinematic universe. That isn't directed by Zack Snyder, which I think, again, after our Superman review, might be...
it's a good thing.
I think might be something we're ready for, that little bit of a palate cleanser. David Ayer, of course, did Fury, the Brad Pitt tank movie.
Street Kings in 2008 as well, and End of Watch.
As we say, End of Watch was another massive one for him. So again, quite a different director this time. Definitely. I think, in the style of the trailers we've seen so far, definitely shows a really different tone. A lot more fun, a lot more sort of upbeat perhaps, and again, just based on the sort of story that it's telling, an exploration of our villains. Should be quite interesting, should be quite different.
So we've got quite a few villains in this one. I think the main protagonist, from what we're seeing, is going to be the Joker, and it's going to be centered around Harley Quinn's origin story maybe. One of the main Easter eggs people have been talking about is the acid bath scene that's featured in both trailers. So from the New 52, the origin story of Harley Quinn is she is manipulated by the Joker and eventually kind of baptised in the acid bath, giving her the same kind of look as the Joker, the pale skin and the scary look essentially. So that's going to be a really interesting one to see on screen. I think that's a lot of comic book fans will be looking forward to that one. Yeah, I
mean, again, the Joker is something we've had a few different cinematic interpretations of, both in real life and in sort of animated form. I think how different this one looks is something that at first was getting quite a lot of controversy. Kind of still is, people not being necessarily sure about the sort of tattooed version that Jared Leto is playing.
Which actually came up in the comics now as well. They've started using the same kind of tattoo imagery in the comic books.
Incorporating a bit more. And I think it is something that's growing on us. I mean, he's a fantastic actor. So it definitely bodes well. But I think, giving a different side of his story than, say, the Heath Ledger one 10 years ago, or from the original Batman, the Jack Nicholson portrayal, giving something different to those with his, not just being a villain, having a relationship with another character, Harley Quinn. I think that's going to show maybe an interesting side that we haven't seen, at least, in the sort of cinematic outside of the animated form of DC. What about the rest of the characters in this one?
So we've got Killer Croc, we've got Katana, Captain Boomerang. We also have El Diablo and Deadshot, of course, Deadshot played by Will Smith. So we've got a big cast there, and it's quite a varied mix of different villains from different storylines and different superheroes. So it could lead to that opening of other characters and other background stories, other origins in the future, definitely.
I mean, obviously the story focusing around all these villains sort of being brought together by the organisation.
They're called... It's just a government organisation at the moment, I think. But the main one, Amanda Waller, who is seen in the trailers proposing the idea of the Suicide Squad, is the leader of Argus. She's a big government official in a lot of the comic books and animated series. So it could lead on to a lot of other things like Argus and Checkmate.
Yeah, maybe definitely dropping some hints of where this sort of universe could go. I guess my only concern would be that it introducing this many characters. I mean, just judging by what we've seen with promotional footage, both the posters and the sort of trailers. Obviously, like Will Smith being as big an actor, Deadshot is obviously going to have a pretty prominent role. The Joker, Harley Quinn thing's going to be pretty big. The rest of those characters, though, are we going to get enough screen time to be established?
That's the thing, I think with them using the title of Suicide Squad, they had to use some of the main characters that a lot of people knew from the comic books. So it will be interesting to see how they are utilised. But focusing around the crime cape. I mean, David Ayer's background in things like Street Kings, he's really good at this crime kind of drama. So I think that'll really lend itself to the story of Suicide Squad as well. But we're also seeing Batman in there as well. Which
I mean, again, this is one of the things we did come out of Batman v Superman saying was that one of the absolute highlights was Ben Affleck's portrayal as Batman. This is something we are getting from definitely on set footage, and you know, a slight sort of hint in the first trailer for Suicide Squad that we'll be seeing more of Batman too. So this is definitely a pretty positive sign. This last week as well, we've also had news on another upcoming DC film. Ben Affleck confirming that he's wrote his own draft for the solo Batman film. How do you feel about it?
Really excited for this, yeah. He's always been a big fan of the comic books. Him and Kevin Smith did a lot of work in the younger days as well. And not really centred around comic books, but they both had a lot of similar interests, as Kevin Smith says on his show.
I was going to say, yeah, you could imagine him, you know, turning him onto a lot of those things, I suppose, on the set.
Absolutely.
Chase Name or Dogma or whatever, I guess. But yeah, I think that'll be an interesting one. Again, you know, he is such a good writer, and like, you know, if he's directing it too, especially following on from The Town.
Yeah, he kind of lost it, didn't he? He kind of lost his respect over a few years with like films like Daredevil and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, this was, you know, that was the controversy when he got announced as this role. You know, people sort of questioning him, but his, you know, questioning him for sort of stuff that maybe was a little bit of a bum note sort of 10 years ago, but his stuff recently, again, Gone Girl, for acting wise, again, directing and writing in The Town a couple of years ago. Argo too, you know, Oscar winner. Argo, both as actor, director and writer, you know, I think he's more than you know, sort of made a name for himself, you know, brought back respect back to his career.
Definitely.
We've got a few other ones lined up as well.
So the next one after Suicide Squad, we've got Wonder Woman, and I think this is going to be an absolutely fantastic film. What is the director called again?
So we've got Patty Jenkins directing this one. You might most recognisable of her screen credits would be directing Monster. But she was almost a Marvel director just a couple of years ago, almost directing for To the Dark World.
Yeah, before dropped out last minute, wasn't it?
Dropped out, last minute over some creative differences, which, you know, maybe is I think some of the reason that film may have suffered in some people's eyes. So it'll be interesting to see when she finally gets a hold of a big screen superhero.
Definitely, and I'm so glad it's someone like Wonder Woman, a feminist icon. A lot of our films and a lot of our work is very much centred around feminism and making the woman the hero out of things, particularly in Monster and things like that. It's kind of like an anti-hero kind of story, but
the story itself of Wonder Woman, obviously from the little snippets we've seen, and the bit that was kind of hinted towards in Batman v Superman, is obviously a story set in World War One. What do you think of this as a time setting for a superhero film?
Most definitely, yeah. I think it's going to be good. It's going to kind of draw parallels with a lot of the stuff like Captain America, the early films, so it might be a prequel in that sense, but Themyscira, I think, are what a lot of people are waiting to see. The homeland of the Amazons, if you don't know that. What we're going to have there essentially is just like a load of mythical imagery, a load of mythical artwork. I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. But where the story goes is going to be one of the main points. I think a lot of people are criticising the plots and themes that they've used in the last two films. So it'll be interesting to see what a feminist film of Wonder Woman is going to be like.
Yeah, I mean, it's something, you know, it is the first of both DC and Marvel to, you know, in this sort of current age of superhero films, to have a, you know, a female-centered character. You know, they've beaten the punch to Marvel. You know, they've got a Captain Marvel film coming out. Yeah, coming out, you know, in the future. But yeah, DC kind of got in there first. So this is something that potentially bodes really well for it. Yeah. For me, the World War One setting seems like they would have preferred a World War Two setting, but they've already been beat to it by Captain America, I suppose. Definitely. But you know, it should be interesting. It's, you know, not a war you necessarily see that much of on the screen anyway. Again, you know, kind of the more well-known story being sort of World War II, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it could be interesting. Again, she was one of the definite highlights of Batman v Superman.
Yeah, for me as
well. So again, you know, doing more than just sort of watching clips on Dropbox.
40 lines, I think.
And you know, kind of hanging out at some soiree. You know, this could be a pretty interesting one.
She's definitely going to have more than 40 lines. We can't confirm that. She's going to have a lot more.
We hope. You know, that's one thing I hope for at least. I guess looking a bit further afield, the one that people are talking about too, again shooting very soon, would be Justice League, the sort of the big crown jewel, I suppose, coming up.
So again, this is going to be directed by Zack Snyder, and we really are hoping that he learns from the lessons of the audiences from the last two films. It is a hard one to do because Justice League is really a complex story with so many characters and so many iconic stories in one. It is very difficult to do, I can imagine. Not that I'd want to show it myself.
I mean, part of the potential problem we kind of maybe identified in Batman vs Superman is that introducing this new character of Batman into the story is something that left Superman's character and Superman's sort of characterization kind of halted.
Yeah.
So having to juggle multiple stories is something that's I don't know. Again, much like it's a slight concern for Suicide Squad, are we going to get enough screen time? And when it's such big characters as we're getting here, like Flash, like Aquaman, at least these characters. How much are we going to be struggling for screen time? Again, Avengers proved that it can be done.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder's, had a decent effort before with Watchmen, I suppose. So it'll be interesting to see. The rumour going around for this film is for the Aquaman, again glimpsed in BVS, isn't going to be one of our heroes, at least to start. He's potentially going to be the
antagonist. Yeah, and a lot of the new 52 origin stories, Aquaman and Atlantis are all about saving their environment, saving the seas, and that's what develops into a conflict between Themyscira and Atlantis. So it'll be interesting to see if they use that, because Wonder Woman comes out before Justice League, if they set it up for the Justice League film as well. But I think it's a great concept, it's a great idea. If they aren't thinking about that, they should be, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, they've already got a load of great building blocks in place for this film. So, the possibility's definitely there. They've added to the cast too, J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon being the big one that we've got so far.
Great choice.
Which is, again, someone making the jump from Marvel to the DC cinematic universe, which will be interesting to see. So, again, this could be something great, and we hope it's something great. It's shooting very soon, so again, time will tell. Zack Snyder, good luck. Maybe take heed of some of what is being said, I suppose, about some of the characterizations. We've got a few other ones lined up too, which we know a little less about, which I guess we can speculate on. But Eggman's solo film, people thinking James Wan looks like he's in line to direct this one.
Absolutely.
Director of Furious 7. Most recently, The Conjuring 2. Again, very different tonally from Batman vs Superman. How do you think he would handle a big DC project?
Yeah, from Fast 7, I kind of lost interest in the franchise when I was about 12-year-old. But I did watch Fast 7, and I really did enjoy the action sequences and things like that. So I think it's got really good potential if he's got that in him to make that kind of blockbuster setting. It's going to be a CGI heavy, very CGI heavy, this film, particularly for Aquaman. It's hopefully all going to be based in the water, but I'm really interested to see the concept art and the visuals for Atlantis.
Yeah, again, something that DC are beating Marvel at the punch with.
Yeah.
Going underwater again, Name of a Submariner being another character people expected Marvel eventually to get to.
Absolutely.
Again, DC here getting in the first blow. If they do it right or wrong, time will tell.
I mean, we are speculating a lot about what they're going to do with these films, but they're still drawing in over $500 million every time they hit one. So I don't think they're going to be that interested. I don't think it's going to worry them that much if they get a bad review.
I guess the thing, for some of these that may be true, but I guess when you've got characters like Cyborg, still down for a solo film, is that going to have that sort of massive appeal?
Yeah.
Again, the numbers for the opening weekend for Batman vs Superman were huge, and that's because on a marquee, everyone knows Batman, everyone knows Superman.
Yeah.
Some of these other characters, though,
they're gonna struggle a bit harder. They're gonna have to set up a good scene in Justice League Part 1, because we're not going to see a few of those characters in a bit more detail. To create that interest, you're gonna have to make them look as good as Wonder Woman, essentially. I mean, everybody's talked about Wonder Woman now, and she only had a very small part to play in Batman vs Superman, and they're going to keep that attention going from Wonder Woman with all the set photos releasing only a month after the release of Batman vs Superman. So I think if they can do the same kind of premise with the Justice League movie, I think they've got a lot of potential there.
Is there any one thing that you're really hoping for out of these upcoming DCEU films?
Yes, I really want to see Darkseid, but I hope it's not done in the same manner as they've done Batman vs Superman. Doomsday could have been one of the best bad guys they could have ever made, and throwing him into the Batman vs Superman kind of muted the point of how good he is. He still killed Batman, the same as he does in the Superman, sorry, and it's the same as he does in the comic. But I really want to see them to good effect do Darkseid. I think Darkseid would be one of my favourite bad guys to see on screen. It's always a bad guy. I never want to see a good guy, and I do want to see good guys, but I think when you make a good bad guy, you have to make a good guy.
That's the thing, and again, that is the thing that people have criticised the Marvel Cinematic Universe about. The fact that outside of Loki, that haven't really had that great
Definitely.
villain yet, at least on the big screen, you know, maybe in the Netflix series, but not, you know, even Ultron kind of not living up to what people were hoping for. So again, this could be somewhere where DC really swoops in and makes a big splash. The things that I'm most excited for would be maybe two of the DC films which don't technically fall within the extended universe, but that would definitely be the Lego Batman movie. Again, we've had 2 trailers for now because he can't be contained in just one. And also the animated Killing Joke film, that trailer's just been released as well. Again, Mark Hamill back as the Joker in this one.
So anybody that watched the 90s animated TV series of Batman, it was a staple of my childhood. I know it was of yours as well. But that was the voice of the Joker in the 90s TV series.
Kevin Conroy back as Batman too. So again, you know,
so exciting.
These look like really good ones to watch. Again, you know, it's while they don't fit in with the extended universe, these look like they're really delivering. But on one hand, the story that everyone wants to see, but you know, the Killing Joke, a quintessential superhero tale, and on the Batman Lego side of things,
just pure
something, you know, what again. Based on that first Lego movie, Batman being one of the absolute highlights of that, you know, theme song included. This looks like it's going to be a great cast. And that one too.
A bit of a cameo of the Justice League in there from what we're seeing in the trailer as well.
So we might be seeing that could be for real, just to see team up film to watch. But I hope you're excited for the upcoming DCEU as we are. We think it's got a load of potential.
Fingers crossed.
Now we just need to see it come to fruition. What are you looking forward to most in the DCEU? Would really like to find out. Either feel free to comment below, get in touch with us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We've got a new
subscribe button right here.
We've just had a quick little facelift since the last episode too, so new logos, new subscribe button too. I think it'll be on this side, or if it's on this side, this side.
It's this side, we'll make it this side.
Yeah. I can't never think of these things out. But again, we'd really appreciate if you subscribe too. Again, obviously we're really pushing forward and trying to get as many videos and things that you want to see out there. The feedback we've had has been really positive, so we're looking forward to doing more, and we hope to see you back for more soon.
Absolutely, and if there's anything else you want us to discuss, any comments or anything that you'd like us to see us talk about, please let us know on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Any way you want it.
If you want that Howard the Duck retrospective, look straight in there.
Yes.
That'll be wicked space. But again, thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.
Bye.